Hello, friends. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me get myself set up here. Hi, everyone. Hope that you're doing well. Um, Happy Thursday. Welcome to day 26 of hashtag 100 things. My mic is on, so I'm not talking to myself. And let me just make sure that I get my stuff situated here. And then I'll go ahead and get started. There we go. If you're joining me, please say hello. I see that there's a couple of people online. And hey, hey. See, there's a couple of people online, so just say hello. I'm trying to get myself situated here. Feeling a little bit discombobulated. That's how I'm feeling today. But never mind feelings. Here we go. Never mind the feelings. We handle the business, right? We handle the business. Hello, Isabel. Gracias por venir y mirar. Hey, Christian. Hello, hello, hello. Thanks for joining me, friend. Tonight for hashtag 100 things. Welcome. Thanks for joining me, you guys. This is your first time. Appreciate it. If you're catching the replay, thank you so much. Each and every day, just bringing you something else that you can learn so that you can live a successful life and live your life successfully the way that you want to. And I've been going through just some of my old books and finding things that spoke to me when I first read some of my favorite authors, and the topic of self curiosity came up, and I figured that since kind of talking about excuse me, oh, that was ugly. Bless you. That's right. Um, Figure that since the topic is 100 things, exercises for successful living, what are things that we can do to be more successful? What are some of the things that I can do in my own life to be more successful? And what are some things that I can share with you, steps and tools that you can use to be more successful? And so I came across the idea of self curiosity, and it's very the this is something that it's exactly what the word self curiosity, being curious about yourself, being curious about who you are, why the fears that you have affect you, why the disappointments or why the distractions that so just get in your way so easily. And when it comes to challenges, those three things, your fears, your distractions, and your challenges, why do they affect you, or why do they affect me the way that they do? And so I was just reading through this tonight, and it's actually out of the book, one of my favorite authors by, it's called Listen to Your Life. Listen to Your Life. This is an old book. It's like from back in 2006. But the message is applicable right now, today. So self curiosity, it basically, this principle, it provides you with the tools to take a look at your fears, your distractions, and your challenges. So why is that important? Because those three things are what hold us up. Fear, distraction, and challenges. Those are the three things that really just derail us from the success that we're looking for. So whether it's, if I can speak for myself, for a long time I had a fear of success. And so because of that fear of success, I would then, my distraction, let me just be completely honest, because it's something that I still deal with, that it hasn't completely gone away, but I'm just learning how to not allow it to have the power that it had before. But Um, the the distraction of being just trying to get everything perfect, trying to get everything just right the way that it's supposed to be before starting. So that would lead me to, if I would do something that I was successful at, the added pressure and the responsibility of doing it again and making it better. So if you do it a bit again and you make it better, that means that, you can't have anything go wrong. And when you can't have anything go wrong, then the lessons that you should learn from the challenges that help you to become stronger, they then become, now, they become a part of this whole process of fear, distractions, and challenges really just hemming you up and kind of like sticking you in a corner when you're really, when you're really trying to go for the success that you want in your life, or the success that I want in my life. These are some of the things that would just really hem me up. um, she talks about what self-curiosity does. So when we are curious about the things that we're afraid of, and what distracts us and what challenges us, it basically, it forces us to look at our bad behavior and our bad habits. It forces us to um, it forces us to, like, look at the things that drain your energy. For example, if I would find myself coming up against a challenge, and without fail, because I was already exercising that in my thought process and in the energy that I would carry, knowing that, okay, I'm gonna face a challenge. Wouldn't you know that the energy of that would attract the people and the situations and the things that would continue to feed that energy? And so the what I would be wanting to do, I wouldn't do, because now it's, compounding the compounding negativity, which started from the thoughts that I was harboring and the things that I was thinking about surrounding the challenge. So when we are being curious about ourselves, when it forces us to look at the bad habits, it forces us to look at our bad behaviors, it forces us to identify the things that drain our energy. It helps it helps us to have insight and to recognize and to be aware of the distractions, so that they will, so that they can't just kind of make us drift off into, it's kind of like you'd end up looking for the other, I was going to use crumb snatchers, that's not the word I want to use, but you end up looking for the other people that can justify, or the other thought processes that can justify why you won't do something, why I wouldn't do something, why I wouldn't, put myself out there, why I wouldn't try something new. Now, it's easy to sit from the outside and say, "Oh, well, you know what? If you would just do this and you would just do that, and oh, well, you're thinking about this the wrong way." But when you're in the forest, it's hard to see the trees. And so, when I go through coaching with people, pe- coaching, the process of being coached, I'm a coach, and I have and I have a coach, and I coach others. And but the process of being coached is to really ask the questions that need to be asked, so that, you know, my coach will ask me certain questions that make me go deeper to find out, okay, what is it? Why are you thinking about things that way? Sometimes they will even just say one thing, like, stop thinking about it so much, just have fun. And it like snaps me out of the place that I was in, or the path that I was so comfortable going down. Um, there are things that we can't control. We can't control when the economy shifts. We can't control other people. We can't control, you know, um, if we're going to get laid off, or, if there's a layoff. We can't control some things. But there are definitely things that we can control when it comes to how we look at our challenges. Um, we can control how we look at our challenges so that we can make different decisions about how those challenges are going to affect us, how we're going to think about the challenges, what we're going to look at the fear as as opposed to what we are imagining it to be, as opposed to all the emotion that we put into, being afraid of something. Um, we can control changing our environment. We can control, the people that we spend our time with, even if those people are family, even if they are friends, even if they are, if we have to shift the way that we do things in order to just really dig deep into who we are. There was a question that was prompted in the book, and here's the question for you, and then I'm just going to wrap this up and just be done with it for tonight. But here's the question: do you think the people in your life should love you for being? Ask it one more time. Do you think the people in your life should love you for being? How many of you have, you know, thought, well, no, there's certain things that I got to do. I got to do this. I got to be more of this. I've got to accomplish this. I need to, um, I need to, perform this way. There are all these things that I have to do. But do you think that the people in your life should love you for being? Do you love you for being? If we're being curious about ourselves, the question I'm going to ask you and I ask myself, and I'm going to dig deeper into this, is do you love you for being? Do I love myself for just being Dezi? Or am I unwilling to be curious about the things that will help me to be and to create the space for other people to rise up to their potential? I ask you that question. Are you courageous enough to have self-curiosity about the things that make you afraid, the distractions that you allow, and the challenges that you face? The things that you can control are the things that you can't control. And instead of running away from instead of running away from the issues and the challenges and the fears, why not basically uninvite them to the party? Uninvite them, become aware of where they're showing up, become aware of how you respond, because your body will tell you. When I am in a lot of stress, my body will tell me that I'm not responding to something properly. But do you believe that people should love you for being? Do you love you for being? And are you willing to face your fear, your distractions, and your challenges and uninvite them to the party? This is hashtag 100 things, exercises for successful living. My name is Dezi, and that's what I wanted to challenge you with today. That's what I wanted to share with you today. And this is what I wanted to challenge myself with today. I appreciate you guys for just hanging with me. Today is day 26 of 100 days of doing live video. And we continue, and it's a commitment. That's a commitment that I've made to myself and I'm making to you. So tonight's topic was all about self curiosity. And the question again that I'm going to leave you with is this: do you believe that, or do you think the people in your life should love you for being? Do you love you for being? And are you willing that instead of running from your issues, hey, Mary, thanks for joining, love. Instead of running from the issues that you face, to face them with courage and say, hey, you know what? You're no longer invited to this party. When we become self curious, when we have self curiosity, when we start to ask ourselves the difficult questions and start facing our bad habits and our bad behaviors and looking at the things that the little annoyances, right? The little annoyances that drain our energy, the things that distract us, the things that we allow to distract us. I was having a conversation, just really quick. I was having a conversation with my brother today, and he's in a place of growth. Uh, Shifting. He's seeing more and more and more of his potential, and so we were just kind of discussing just my experience with burnout and his feeling around like where he is right now. And he said something to me. He said, Desi, there are just so many things that happen on a day-to-day basis that by the time, like, I am tapped out. It's like I can't think. I'm making mistakes that I wouldn't normally make. um I'm tired. What else did he share? Just, he's like, I just don't have the energy. Like, all my creativity is gone. And it was like I had a flash in the pan type of moment because I knew exactly where he was. And he's like going through this process of self curiosity, like, okay, what is it? And I shared with him, for me, what happened for me. And maybe those of you that are watching this, you've experienced this, or you have not, and this is a an action step that you can take. Because I had something to look forward to, something outside of what was draining the hell out of me, what I was allowing to overtake me. And because there was a silver lining in that cloud, there was hope. Like, I had something that I could pour my energy towards. It was something as simple as, okay, you know what? You gave me these damn lemons. I'm making a lemon drop martini. You can't beat me. Desiree, who do you need to be? Who do you need to become? What difficulties do you need to look dead in the face and say, you know what? I don't give a damn anymore. You're not going to run me. You guys, I'm telling you, this was the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life. And to hear my brother talking about like where he is, let me tell you something. Being in a place where I have gone through that piece of it and saying, okay, you know what? No more. No more. No longer invited to this party. Desi, time to shift. We need to start getting to the root cause of where you are and where you want to be. And that was growth. That was growth. And so, you know, that's why I'm here. That is why I'm here. That is why I'm doing this. This is why I want to help you to understand, like, you have it. You have it. It's there. It's inside of you. And all we got to do is figure out where we need to be curious about about where we are, our self curiosity, because you know what that leads to? It leads to self transformation. That's where it leads to. It leads to self transformation. Do I have it all figured out? Heck no. But today, I'm surrounding myself with people that can get me there. I'm being intentional about what I allow into my space. And I challenge you to do the same thing. I've got some comments here. Hello, hello, you guys. I got North Dakota in the house. Hello. Mary says, whoa, I talked about being responsible for ourselves. You are not a victim based on the law of environment. Girl, snap, snap. Yes, yes, yes. So many times, I'm going to wrap this up because I don't want to go too long. But so many times have you heard, like, oh my gosh, they did this, or they won't allow this, or, this and that. I'm like, just shut up. Look at me. Dezi, look at yourself. Who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? Who are you? And when we can answer the question, do you think people in your life should love you for being? And do you love you for being? When I begin to face who I am and what I want, it all leads itself back to what God says about me. And at the end of the day, He says, when you know the truth will set you free. So that is it. That is what I have for tonight. Almost 22 minutes into this thing, I'm going to just shut it down. But I love you guys. I thank you for hanging out with me again for hashtag 100 things, exercises for successful living. And I will see you tomorrow night. Take care.